Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Death Metal issue number 2. If you're going to be doing a review for this book, especially make sure you get the embossed glossy cover so that nobody can see it when you're showing it on camera. That's important. Anyway, I wouldn't trade this cover for all the world. If you can't see it, too freaking bad for you, because I got this cover. It's just gorgeous, man. I'm really digging on this. So we're talking about who made this comic book. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the comic book itself. I'll warn you if there are actual spoilers. I'm going to try and stay away from spoilers, though. But there are some pretty important moments in here, like first appearances. Let's get talking. All right, so Death Metal, not the Anti-Crisis event, an Anti-Crisis event, part 2, Be the Fern. And I love the Be the Fern. When you see the Be the Fern thing in here and who it obviously comes from, it's kind of cool. Okay, first off, by Scott effing Snyder. No, it actually says Scott effing Snyder. It's got like the whole, that thing on there, so which means it's effing. Anyway, I'm very glad that Scott finally took the nickname that I've been giving him for some time now. It's about time. Anyway, the problem is he calls Greg Capullo the chosen one. No, he is also effing. So it's Scott effing Snyder and Greg effing Capullo. The effing, the middle name, is actually the reason why they call each other brother on Twitter all the time. If you didn't notice, I'm saying look it up. So let's talk about the other people in this book. We got With, inks by Jonathan Godkiller Glapian, colors by FCO Fearmonger Placencia, and letters by Tom the Tormentor Napolitano. The same group also makes the cover and a whole bunch of variant covers. I'm not getting into any of them, but they do have nicknames for all of them also. So at least they were having some fun with it. And we are going to start off with a splash. More specifically, we're going to start off with a smush. That's right. The Atom, the Batum, he gets squished. He gets out, he starts talking tough like the Black Knight, like the Dark Knight, right? And just he gets ran over by the Batmobile. But the Bat Monster Mobile, I'm thinking that Mr. Snyder has a little too much time on his hands. But at the same time, if we're not expecting all of this stuff from one of his metal events, then we're the ones who are lacking. We're the ones who are not paying attention if that's the case, because that's all he's been doing in these metal events. There's an actual reminder in here, just in case you were somehow able to blank it out of your mind, of the Transformer combiner robot Megazord construct that they put together, because the Tinker decided to do another thing. It's not stealthy. Anyway, let's just say that the beginning and the end pages in this comic book are perfectly summarized. Like they both end on they start and end on a really weird tone, but that's fine actually, because there's a lot of dark stuff that happens in this comic book too. And if we started with the dark stuff, then the silly stuff, which is actually kind of necessary, is going to be a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Because this isn't supposed to be a horror comic book. That's just not what this is. So I'm happy to see it being what it is. There's some dark stuff. Anyway, so the Batman Who Laughs was, of course, murdered in the previous issue. Oh, well, shouldn't have messed with Wonder Woman. Told you guys there was something special. And he just gets straight up murdered. However, he winds up coming back. How does he come back? Let's say it has something to do with Dr. Manhattan, and it may not be how you think. Just because I said that Dr. Manhattan has something to do with it does not mean that what you're thinking. And no. This is out of this world. Like, what? What kind of, what? No. This is Scott Snyder. And yeah, the dude's lost it a long time ago. And I enjoy reading his case study right here in these comic books, man. I love this. Wonder Woman's got a plan, and go figure she's got a better plan than Batman, because he's somehow lost it since the previous issue, since the last big fight. Something just went a little bit too much. Now he's just going around trying to recruit people, because of course he knows that the Batman Who Laughs was murdered, but he also expects that something worse is going to come upon us. I don't know if he knows exactly what it is, but this is perfect in my opinion. This is perfect. You actually have him recognizing he's not truly dead. He's going to come back bigger than ever. Now, when you see how he comes back and what he changes into after, I'm hoping this is going to be epic. Because right now, I just look at it and I say, okay, I think they were expecting a different reaction when I look at this, but I'm okay with it. What I'm actually more impressed with is what we were promised. If you were reading some of the other material that's out there telling you what's going to happen, what we can expect to come up pretty soon, excuse me, I forget if they said it was going to be issue 4 or not, but there's going to be the King Crow, you know, all of Batman's little crows instead of the Robins, the crows. One of the crows is chosen to be the King Crow in this one, and he says something besides crow, kind of. And I must say, the whole interaction was just, I was glued to this comic book. I just recently got surgery to get it removed so I can have my hands free, you know, fine manipulators. This was actually a really cool moment. This is that stuff that I expect to see from Snyder outside of the crazy Dark Knight stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Dark Knights, the metal stuff, right? This was a cool comic book. I'm definitely digging on this. I'm pretty positive you're going to be digging on this too. All that being said, get this. If you are a speculator, stuff happens in this book. Okay? Is this going to be one of those, you know, $1,000 books? Probably not. Is this going to be one of those $50 books? I can almost guarantee it's going to be one of those. So, you know, later on, will it be worth getting it? Maybe. Probably not. It depends on what's going to happen soon. But right now is your time to strike. Right now is your time to go out and scoop that some gun up. Call up your comic book store. Yo, put this in my box while it's only the cover price of $4.99. Put it in there because it's about to go up by about 10% fairly soon. Mark my words. Quote me now. Prove me right later. I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Hey, like the video. Go ahead. Class dismissed.